Okay, so this is going to be how you do this little interactive notebook. You have different abbreviations here. You have months, streets, days of the week, states, and titles of people. So what I want you to do is get your scissors and glue. Okay, so I have gone ahead and cut out most of them. I just have one more. I want you to make sure you do not cut out the flap because that's where you're going to either glue it or staple depending on what you have in front of you. And then I want you to cut around the tab because this is a little tab book which we have done with a lot of different subjects. So you know how this is supposed to look. But I'm going to show you. Now I want you to put them in order so the tabs can all be seen. I'm not sure yet. I have to, let me play with it a little bit. So I'm going to staple. I said glue, but I think a stapler would probably be best because it's like a little book. Okay, so here we have our book all done. My alarm went off in the middle of explaining this, so I'm going to redo it because it turned the video off. So here we go. Let's try this again. An abbreviation is a short way of writing a word. So we have months, streets, days, states, and people. Let's take a look at each part of this booklet. This is going to come in handy for you. I would keep this, keep it in your folder, keep it in your desk when we get back. Just always have this ready for you, okay? So we have the months. Do you notice that each letter is uppercase? The first letter of each abbreviation. Don't forget to capitalize that. Please don't forget to capitalize. And then if the word is the full word still, then there's no abbreviation. You don't do a period at the end. You only do a period if it's abbreviated, like January, February, March, April, and so on. Let's look at states, or not states, sorry, streets. Street, ST. I know when we were doing that line worksheet, or like in our book, a few of you thought this was saint, which it is. It is an abbreviation for saint, but we're using it for street here. What you're going to have to do is read the context, look around you, make sure you know if it's being used as a person, as a saint, or as a street name. The same goes for DR, for drive. That could also be doctor, but you have to know how it's being used based on all the words around it. So you have road, avenue, boulevard, lane, court, circle, not the shape, but like sometimes streets are, the word circles in them. This is not as common here. This is more of a bigger city type of place. Highway, HWY, period. Now let's look at days of the week. We know these because we've been doing these for a long time. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You're just going to do the same thing as you did with the months. You capitalize the first letter and put a period at the end. Two very important things. And now we're at states. Here we go. So there are 50 states. Obviously, that's not going to all fit, so we just have a few. Notice both letters are capitalized, but there is no period. That's why this booklet is going to come in handy, because there are different rules for different abbreviations. So you have Arizona, California, Colorado, Florida, Hawaii, Illinois, Nevada, New York, Washington. We have 3 blanks here. So we're going to come up with 3 states. Let's see. The first one we could probably do is our state. So you're going to write Michigan, Michigan. I'm going to give you a minute to try to see if you know the abbreviation for Michigan. All right. I hope you got it right, because that's our state. Now we're going to do Delaware, because why not? Delaware. And the abbreviation for Delaware is DE. That is a funky looking E. That's okay. Let's do Montana. What do you think Montana is abbreviated as? It is MT. Okay, so those are just some examples. This is something that will come with memorizing. Once you know them all, this is really comes in handy because when you write someone's address, if you're writing an invitation or sending mail, you need to know the abbreviation. And then we have people. Titles of people. Mr., we know is MR. Mrs., MRS. Ms., MS, or Miss. You could say it that way too. Doctor, DR. Professor, PROF. President, PRES. And then Miss, MISS. A lot of us use these two interchangeably right now, and that's okay. Remember, again, uppercase, please. These are titles of people. It is a proper noun. It's a part of a proper noun, so you are going to capitalize that first letter and then put a period at the end. Don't want you to ever forget that. Now on your schedule, it says to write a sentence for each, using each of these abbreviations. So on another sheet of paper, because I don't think you're gonna have room, I guess you could do it on the back of the page if you want. Actually, probably a better idea, so do that. So I want you to write a sentence using a month abbreviated. I want you to do it with streets, just one sentence for street. You don't have to use the previous one, okay? One for each of these abbreviations. Alrighty?